Welcome to Fallout 76, this is Jim. In this video we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Friday, October the 4th, 2024. Let's take a look at and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that will help you guys out to give you different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas over there if you're a brand spanking new player to the game. You're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, there's a particular daily or weekly challenge that's giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that will help you. Try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome with great comments and tips, which I greatly appreciated. Okay, let's take a look at this one here first. Build anything in a shelter 10. So in case you did not know, you can get yourself a free shelter here in the game today, anytime. You go up here to Vault 51. Now I did come up here and make a video on this with my lower level character about 2 months ago. I go through all the paces that you need to cover, so you can definitely check that video out. The quest is only about 5-10 minutes long, and at the very end you'll be able to get your own free shelter. I would say the hardest part is making your way up here if you're lower level, but it can definitely be done. It's all part of the forest area, and it's all free shelter that way. Now, if you're a returning player and you're around in Season 13 scoreboard, made it all the way to rank 100, you would get yourself a free shelter there as well, so just an FYI. And if you paid for Fallout First just for 1 month, and you don't pay for Fallout First ever again, if you're able to claim the Vault Lobby Shelter, you'll be able to have that Vault Lobby Shelter for the rest of your time, even though you don't pay for Fallout First anymore. So just an FYI. The 3 vaults that I own, I've all gotten for free. I never paid any sort of large amount of atoms for them, so just an FYI. Alright, let's go ahead. We're going to go inside of our shelter here. Alright, turn some lights on here. Whoops. There we go, Jimmy. Save button twice. Right, so as the daily says, build anything in a shelter 10, and again, you can build anything at all, anything that you can have in your build menu. I suggest building something that doesn't cost a lot of requirements. However, there are a lot of people like to add to their shelter and like to modify it, because these particular daily weekly challenges pop up quite frequently. There's definitely nothing wrong with that. Or you can just build something and scrap it, and that's what I usually end up doing. Let's go ahead and go to our build menu here. Now for me, seeing how I'm going to scrap it, best thing that I like to craft is you go into the crafting section, go down here to these little punch card machines, and as you can see, it costs us absolutely nothing to build, okay? And they count as build anything in the shelter. It's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead. We are going to have to maybe scrap a couple here. Let's go. And again, when you scrap them, you're not going to get anything for them back because we didn't put anything into it in the first place. So just an FYI. But again, we can get our daily done just like that, snap of a finger. All right, done. Build anything in the shelter, 10 for 10. All right, let's go ahead and shut these lights off here. Alright, let's see what's next here. Scrap junk to produce glass 10. So glass is a junk item that we can use the bulk and scrap method. Try a Tinker's Workbench. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Just go up to a Tinker's Workbench and you go craft. Go down to bulk, go down to the G section. Right there, so to bulk 1 in glass, all you need is 15 glass shards and 2 plastic from your stash of scrap box. What you do is you bulk 1 glass and then you scrap it just like that, and it's hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way. It is the bulking and scrap method, and it's definitely the way to do it. However, I have been showing people where to get junk items the last couple months now, because I realize there are new players to the game that may not have glass. I find one of the best spots for glass is right up here at the kill box, home of the Blood Eagles. So let's pop over here today. Now this particular area is usually an area that we like to venture in even when we're low level, and so that's why I always kind of pick this spot. Now another fairly decent spot for the glass is just across from where we are in Somerville Stocks. And you'll find glass bottles all around there, as well as tin cans. Okay, so it's a pretty good spot for glass. But there's a bunch of Scorched over there. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to we're gonna kill this person here first, just to kind of get them out of the way. And we're gonna make our way to the roof. Okay, and you can do this whatever way you want. You can go through this building and kill all the Blood Eagles if you so wish, whatever you want to do. But I'm just gonna kind of jump up here and do the faster way here.
Calm down. I hate my thoughts. It's nothing as usual. I hate my thoughts. I hate my thoughts. I hate my thoughts.
Okay, you just make your way to the roof here. All right.
My thoughts.
And you can jump up here. If you don't have a jetpack, you don't have marsupial, I would say your best bet is just to go over there by Somerville Stocks. It might be a little bit better for you. Okay. And there we go. There's a nice big section of glass right here. As you can see, there's all kinds of them. There's usually a Nuka-Cola Quantum up here as well. So we're going to leave that there. But we're just going to grab some glass here. And we're going to see what that gives us. So one Nuka bottle gives us 2 glass each. So that's pretty awesome. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's more than enough. All right, so we can go to any workbench at all on the map. We can go to any train station. We can go back to our camp if we so wish. We're just going to go over here to Charleston Station, just close by. And you can do it. You can go to another person's camp if you so wish. Whatever you want to do. Scrap this stuff. There are a couple of workbenches down below inside the kill box, so you can always do it that way. All right. Let's go here. We go inside, and there's usually a workbench you can interact with in every one of these. Let's go ahead and scrap these bottles. There we go. Scrap rent to produce glass, 10 for 10, done. Just like that. Scrap these screws here while we're here, sure. Okay, what is next? Yeah, let's take a look at this one here. Actually, we'll might as well stick to this side here. Cripple a Blood Eagle's Arm 2. So again, Blood Eagles we can find many areas in around the wasteland. Just where we were at, actually, the kill box is a pretty good spot. Now I find the kill box, I call it Blood Eagle Alley, just because you can start down here, Sludge Works, Roland's Labor Camp, Widow's Perch, Kill Box, Pigsty. Keep working your way up the side of the mountain here, Cliff Watch. You have the South Cutthroat Camp, and you just keep going up this angle here. Seneca Game Camps, but I call that Blood Eagle Alley, so you could definitely check out any one of those. It's a pretty good spot, and this good spot is just where we're just at. You know what I mean? If you decide to do it that way, we have the crosshair part of the forest. Another good part of the forest is right here, Twin Pine Cabins. We have this one here, Hunter's Ridge. So those are pretty good spots as well. Let's go over to Twin Pine Cabins. We haven't been here for a little bit. It's fairly close to Vault 76. Let's pop over here. There's usually about 5 or 6 Blood Eagles here. Alright, now the main thing for this data that we have to remember is we have to cripple a Blood Eagle's Arm 2. So you can go ahead and free aim for the arm if you so wish. There's a lot of people who are good free aimers out there. Definitely nothing wrong with that. I like to use VATS myself, and I use VATS as a perk card that'll help me out under Perception. Called Concentrated Fires, allows us to move our VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs. The reason why I like to do it that way is if you have the right weapon, you can cripple the left arm, cripple the right arm, and all you need is 1 Blood Eagle. You guys have seen me do that many, many times. Ballistic weapons, shotguns with the Enforcer perk card under Agility, drill. If you have a good pit, if you're tanky or good power armor on, the bow and arrow works well. Most ballistic weapons work well. I find this circuit breaker that been using this past week, it's kind of hit and miss. I think it's just because of the effects that it has on it that makes it a little more difficult. Let's go for the right arm here. Right, let's go for the left arm. Where'd you go? It says. Yeah.
Go taught this fucker how to shoot. Stop.
As you can see, sometimes it depends on the weapon that you have. That's just a prime example of that right there. I know someone had mentioned the other day in the comments that they've been having some real hard time with crippling people, and that's why I always kind of mention just exactly what I just say to you guys. You know, what I suggest that you use for crippling, which just makes it easier. Okay. But at the end of the day, a bow and arrow, even a crossbow, works quite well. Crippling. We did that maybe about 4 months ago or so, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, it's a pretty good job. And shotguns with the Enforcer perk card under agility, as I mentioned, does a really good job. I would say that does the bang up job ever with a shotgun with the Enforcer perk card. Yeah. But if you don't have that Enforcer perk card equipped, yeah, good luck. Alright. So just an FYI. Alright, so there we go. What's next here, Jimmy? Yeah, let's take a look at this one here. Collect a box of sugar bombs 1. So I did make a video maybe about a month and a half ago, I would say. You can definitely check that out if you so wish. It's all timestamped. And all I do is I bring you around the wasteland and look for boxes of sugar bombs, and we're quite successful in that video. Actually, we did kind of miss out on a couple, but you can definitely check that video out. It really depends on the server that you're on, to be honest with you. Like when you're looking for these sugar bombs, like I can show you areas all day long, okay, and make all kinds of videos on it, but it depends on the server that you're on, whether they'll spawn in or not, for the first thing. And the next thing is if you're on a server with other people, because they're going after the same thing that you are, and they might just be clearing things out. So there may be some server hopping involved with finding these sugar bombs, so just an FYI. So we were quite successful down here. We come down here to Beckley in Sal's Grinders. Okay. Right down here in Flatwoods, if you go to the white church at the very top of the steeple, there's usually one up there, and that's the ones that we missed. I would say one of the best spots, it's right over here. It's called Mosstown. There's a bathtub with a skeleton in it, and when you spawn in, you actually spawn in down here a little bit, okay? And it's a house out by itself, and that's in the video that I made. Okay, I think there was like 3 or 4 boxes in there, but you can find up to 6 there if you so wish. So, okay, there's a couple red rockets as well. The red rocket down here by the giant teapot, it's pretty good. The Morgantown red rocket as well. I think it's fairly close to down on this end here. The New River Gorge Bridge West. Okay, for that key, of course, we talked about getting that key, and I did make a video on that as well with my lower level character, maybe about 3.5, 4 months ago. That key for that West Bridge door is right down here in Camden Park on the roller coaster ride. The second set of the red roller coasters. It's in a backpack with a skeleton. Okay, so you can check out those if you so wish. The place we're going to check out here in this video is actually here in Morgantown in Fraternity Row, so let's pop over here. Alright, so we're actually going to head up to the Etta Psi house with the blue door, and this is the same house that has the Nuka-Cola room in it. This guy popping up here. Just gonna go right inside. There we go. Just gonna head upstairs. Cross our fingers, it's gonna be here. And you just head down here to the kitchen. Okay, good stuff. There's 2 boxes here today. There's 1. You can find usually 3 here actually. Usually there's another box up there. So we're just gonna kind of check on the floor here because sometimes it could have fallen. But let's go ahead and grab this guy. There we go. Collect a box of sugar bombs. Done. Just like that. All right. Good stuff. But I would say your best bet is just to kind of watch that video that I made, and it's all timestamped because I know people are going to have a hard time finding them. All right. What's next here? Let's go ahead and kill a Scorched 10. So Scorched we can find all around the wasteland. You know, we all know the the usual areas for them. We got, Camden Park right down here. Tyler County Fairgrounds, Wavy Wilderness Water Park, Palace of the Winding Path. Now, I did made a video when we had the Festive Scorch just like 2 months ago. And even though it's not on Festive Scorch right now, but I did bring you to 23 locations for Scorched. Okay, so if you're a newer player and everywhere you go to any one of those 5 places and you go to these places and they're all dead. Okay, and it can and it will happen. But you can check out that video. It's all time stamped. I bring you to these places just to give you guys some ideas, just in case you're brand new and like you're just running out of time and you're running out of luck. You can't find these guys. Okay, so just an FYI. If I kill a Scorch 10, I usually like to kind of come right down here to the Somerville's docks. But we're going to go down to Somerville's Dam this time. So let's go ahead and spawn up the road at the Charleston Capitol Building and work our way down the dam. So when you spawn here to the Charleston Capitol Building, which is over there, okay, you actually spawn right here on this road. So we're going to head up the dam here. We're going to take care of these Scorched. Now we can take care of these Scorched any old which way. If you have a couple grenades, that definitely works as well. Kill them any old which way. Nothing real special. Pick that up. Alright, just keep going down this way here. Okay, around the corner here is usually frozen.
Kill all.
May not get credit for those guys there because of that explosion there. There we go, kill the Scorched. And there's all kinds of them around here. This guy just splattered right in the side like that. That's kind of cool. Actually, I've never seen that before. See that? Huh, that is so weird. Alright, whatever, man. Yeah, we didn't get credit for those ones, but that's fine. Of course, we have all kinds of them right down below us here. There's usually about 3 or 4 of them down below. Pretty good spot for Scorch. I would say nice and easy as well. Those guys are real easy and squishy. Alright. What's next here? Complete a daily quest 1. So if you do check out the description, you'll come across a link to a video. Complete a daily quest for newbies. We do quite a few daily quests in that video, 1 hour 10 minutes long, and I made that video just for people who are having issues trying to find daily quests and how to activate them, because it can, it can be a little intimidating, especially if you're new, because the game only tells you so much. So we don't do every single daily quest in the game, but we do quite a few of them, and all over the map kind of deal. So you can definitely check the video out if you're having a hard time trying to find what daily quest to do. But there's usually a couple daily quests that I usually kind of highlight to people that are extremely easy to do. Of course, we have talked to the curator up here, Prickett's Fort. We have the Pumpkin House up here, Speak with Jack. That's a pretty easy one as well. And right down here, the Giant Teapot is a pretty easy one. Talk to Sweetwater. All right. So any one of those are pretty easy to do. Let's actually pop over here to the Pumpkin House. Actually, we did that one the other day. Let's go down here to the Giant Teapot. Let's pop down and we'll talk to Sweetwater. And again, they have daily quests all over the map. There are daily quests that don't count though. The daily quests you do appear at the Gilman Lumber Mill, even though they say daily quests, they don't count for daily quests for some strange reason, okay? So once when you're here, all you gotta do to activate it and to track it, just go to your little diamond here and you go toggle active. And when you do that, of course, it pops up the top right hand corner of the screen. It says miscellaneous, speak to Sweetwater. So let's pop down here.
A nice cup of
And
tea
talk to
and
our
a
old pal
biscuit
here.
go well with Armageddon. Tea goes well with anything.
He's like,
truth be told.
oh, it's right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and interact with.
Welcome back, friend. I am afraid I'm short of honey, and you've demonstrated a refreshing competence in the past. Perhaps you could assist again?
Yeah, let's get you some honey then, butts.
Excellent. The forest, I expect, is teeming with it. Best start cracking.
Roger that. Okay, so there's a couple places we can get honey, usually in around the forest region, just like what he said. And there, just popped up there called Strange Brew. Okay, so I already have honey on me. Okay, and that's why I popped up deliver honey to Sweetwater. But I'm still going to show you where you can find some honey. Right up here, Aaron Holt Homestead. So let's pop up here, just so I can show you.
Simply wonderful. My goodness. Our guests do choose the most fascinating tea bar in China. Very innovative indeed.
You hear those insects outside flopping around there. It could be upstairs on the second floor too, I guess. Alright, so since we're here at Aaron Holt Homestead, we were here just yesterday actually looking for insects, so we're going to actually pop this way. We're going to head right to the southeast from where you spawn in. Just going to head this way. Gonna be that little decapitated shed. Now I don't know if there's gonna be actually any honey here because we were here just yesterday. It does take a little bit of time to fill back up. So there's our little shed right there. And all you do is you'll interact with it, and usually there'll be some honey. So there we go. We get some honey there. Okay, you can pick up. Just gonna watch the bee swarms here. And of course, when you grab honey, you'll be collecting some of the, some of those bee swarms will be coming after you. So there's some honey there as well. Now, there's usually a little bit more than that just because we were here just yesterday and I haven't played it since. I didn't really have time to collect. So just FYI, that is a pretty good spot. Another thing is, let's head back to our camp here real quick. And I'll show you the beehive, which is a camp resource. Now, we do have the beehive from way back season 4. That's the one that I usually have in my camp, and that's the one I usually show off to people. But we do have a new beehive. It's a yellow and black beehive, and it is on the current season 18 season pass. And it's this bad boy right here. This is the other beehive, black and yellow. So he also collects 4 honey passively while you play the game. Okay, you can check out that video. I made a video on this one here, and I actually included the OG one that we had way back season 4. And definitely, you can do it either way. You can go look for that honey, or you can have one of these great camp resources in the game. And, pretty awesome. Now, the OG one does come up for sale once in a while in the Atomic Shop. Let's check our resource section here. I'm just kind of adding this in there. So there's the OG one right there that we got back in season 4. So he does come up for sale once in a while in the Atomic Shop. He's not usually all that expensive. Alright, so we have our honey. We're going to head back to Sweetwater here. I just wanted to kind of add that stuff in just to give you guys some options and how to get honey for this particular daily. Alright, instead of me just, completing it right there and then without showing you. And if you do have some good honey spots, definitely put them in the comments for other folks, just to kind of help them out as well.
The colors are so...
Alright, let's talk to our buddy Sweetwater here.
Gracious, you're back already. How wonderful.
Alright, here's your honey, bud.
Oh, delightful. This honey will be the final touch on my special blend. Please do return to brew up more if you enjoy the surprisingly subtle flavors.
Complete a daily quest, 1 for 1 done, just like that. Strange brew, I should say. And of course, you do get some of his special blend here. Let's take a look and see here. Sweetwater special blend. And it does have a condition bar on it there, but you can see the little perks it gives you there. Okay, so FYI. Alright, so we do have one left here. Eat a Cooked Meal 10. So if you have camp resources in your camp, definitely the way to do it. We've all talked about the Mylark Steamer, the Deathclaw Slow Roaster, Pemmican Collector. They're all cooked meals, and we're going to go through that here in a second. But if you don't have that stuff, you could do the old-fashioned way. Let's go ahead. We're going to get some veggies here. Just go to Silva Homestead. We're going to pick up some corn. If we get there at some point. There we go. I'm just using this as an example. You know, most of you who are herbivores, know where you can harvest corn and razor grain and such. Crops, I should say. And of course, there's a perk card that helps us out when we do that. It'll be under Perception, Green Thumb, when we've tried so much been harvesting flora, okay? Where it really shines is if you're on private servers and you come to these spots and they're cleared right out, but you do have a couple of good plants around. You could definitely get what you need that way, all right? But there's lots of these crops here, so there's 4 corn right there. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead. We're going to pick up some meat. The old-fashioned way, one of the best spots for meat is right here in good old Flatwoods. Let's spawn right here at this icon. Right, it's going to bring you right to here. So this is a great spot for meat. I've bring you guys here many times. You spawn a little bit further up the road by the Green Country Lodge. There's 3 mongrels up there. Usually 3 mole rats here, as well as an opossum. There's 2 red roaches in here. In terms of Flatwoods itself, there's usually 8 to 9 Brahmin. A couple other opossums around, so just an FYI, some great spot for meat for all levels. Doesn't really matter what level you are. Right, so we get some meat that way. And this is just the old-fashioned way of doing things. Okay, this is way long before we, had camp resources that we had, right? So we have some corn and we have some Brahmin meat. Let's go ahead. We're going to head back to our good old camp here. And we'll show you those camp resources. Alright, so as I always mention, every time you pick up a type of crop, every time you pick up meat, you'll learn a simple recipe simply by picking that up, and your character will always know that recipe. Right, so just an FYI. Let's go ahead, we're going to cook that up here at our cooking stove. It's got to be a cooked meal, that's the main thing you got to remember. Let's go all food. Alright, let's go ahead, we're going to craft some corn soup here. We'll just craft 4 of them, should be fine. Again, a simple recipe you automatically learn by picking up corn. Get this ribeye steak. Again, simple recipe you learn by picking up Brahmin meat. Alright. So there's some cooked meals right there. So that's the main thing you gotta remember. Okay. Even if it's a pie or a cobbler, if you do it that way, that definitely works as well. Right, so we do have these camp resources up here. Turn our little light on so you can see what we're doing. We do have this Mylark steamer. And again, the Mylark steamer is a huge time saver. So for, even if you're a herbivore, you'll be doing these daily challenges where it says you gotta cook meat, eat a cooked meal, okay? If you have one of these more carnivore associated camp resources, it's gonna work, okay? It's gonna work. It's just a huge time saver. It doesn't matter what mutation you have, so because he collects meat and he cooks it at the same time. Okay, very similar to this Deathclaw Slow Roaster, same exact thing. We just got this one a couple weeks ago. And I do have videos on both of these actually when they both first came out. And he not only collects meat, but again, he cooks it at the same time. Okay, even down here, this Pemmican Collector we got during Season 17 Season Pass that everyone got if you pay the tickets. Again, Pemmican is considered a cooked meal. Okay. Even though these guys are considered meat, they're still considered cooked meals. And if you're a herbivore and you have one of these in your camp, it just saves you time at the end of the day so you can move on with bigger and better things. Okay? So let's go ahead. We're going to grab some of this Mylark jerky here just to kind of show you. Let's grab 2 Deathclaw steak. It could be any one of these, okay? And we already have Pemmican on us. So let's go ahead here. under stats, I'm going to show you how I am a carnivore. As you can see there, carnivore mutation. Okay, it's either or, carnivore or herbivore. So I am a carnivore. We're going to start off with this corn soup just to show you. I can find it. Okay, so here's our corn soup that we crafted the old-fashioned way. Just like that. See how that's working? Nice. Nice. Let's grab the ribeye steak, which is another thing that we crafted the old-fashioned way from the Brahmin. Nice. How about some pemmican from the Pemmican Collector we got during Season 17 Season Pass. Wait for that to catch up there. There we go. Alright, let's go down and get the Mylar jerky from our Mylar steamer. Let's grab the Deathclaw steak from the Mylar steamer. We'll just wait for that to kind of catch up just so you can see how it counts. Right, so you see how that, you know, all really works out. And at the end of the day, you know, saving time is really where it's at, right? If you have a little bit more time, definitely do it the old-fashioned way. But again, camp resources are just worth their weight in gold, like so much. And I think we're done. We are, just like that, guys. Of course, you can get done a lot faster than me. I do a lot of explaining. There you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my channel members, Artistically Arranged, Boogaloo Bronson, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Robco, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, Mr.Prince, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, G33K. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.